So in this video, we're going to talk about factoring a quadratic when you have an a that is greater than 1. This can be tricky, especially if you don't know the method that I'm about to show you. The method that I'm about to show you makes life way easier for everybody. So the method I'm about to show you is called the AC method. The AC method is a lot like factoring a regular quadratic, but it multiplies our a times c before we actually begin. So I'm going to start by multiplying our a times c. So our a times c is 6 times 4. Now, right now, we don't care about the negative. We'll care about it a little bit later, but right now we don't really care about it. So we're just going to use 6 times 4, which is 24. And then I'm going to find the factors of 24, 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and 4 and 6. So like before, this is pretty similar, except I multiplied first, but other than that, I'm finding my factors, right? The second thing I'm going to look at is my linear term, which is negative 10x. And I'm going to figure out which factor pair equals negative 10x. So again, this looks pretty similar. Here's where it gets a little different. Normally, I would just say 2 minus 12, right? But in this case, I need to say 2x minus 12x. Because we're going to take this and we're going to replace it in our top polynomial there. We're going to replace that. So when I rewrite this, which I'm about to do right now, I'm going to replace that 10x with 2x minus 12x. So here I go. 6x squared. And then, like I said, I'm going to replace it with 2x minus 12x. Minus 4. Okay, so now we've got a 4-term expression, which we know if we've got a 4-term expression, we're going to factor it by grouping. So I'm going to split this up into 2 separate groups, and I'm going to factor each group independently. So I've got 6x squared and 2x. So 6x squared, 6 is 2 times 3, and then x squared is x times x. 2x is 2 times x, so what do they have in common? They have in common 2x. What do they have left over? 3x, and then I've pulled everything out of the bottom, so I need to make sure I do a plus 1. If you pull everything out, remember that's really like you're saying we still have 1 left. All right, so we got negative 12x minus 4 on the other one, so I start with my negative 1, and then 12 is 2 times 6. 6 is 2 times 3, and then negative 4, negative 1 is, and then 4 is 2 times 2. So again, circle what they have in common, and you're left with negative 4, and then what's left over? 3x, and again, you've pulled everything out of the bottom, so plus 1. Now that I have these two things, I can see that I can pull out a common binomial. Both terms have a binomial in common of 3x plus 1. And then you tell me what we have left over, 2x minus 4. Now the tricky thing about this is if I would have switched this order, so if it would have been 6x minus 12x plus 2x minus 4, I would get a different binomial here. And the reason for that is because of this. Right here, if you look at this binomial, they have something in common, don't they? They have a 2 in common. So really, if I'm simplifying this as far as I can go, I would pull that 2 out. So it looks like this. So your other answer would have been 6x plus 2 times x minus 2 if you would have done it the opposite way. So hopefully that clears things up on how to factor a quadratic where a is greater than 1.